Hello YouTube, it's Kelly. Forgive me, I'm definitely winging it. I've definitely been maxed out. I know I've talked to you guys. I have not had a day off in the last 3 weeks, so I am tired and maxed out. But anyways, okay, so I lost 1 pound this week down to 241. I was a little disappointed in that because I really worked it hard and I had expected a 2 to 3 pound loss. But just because I didn't get it doesn't mean I won't see it next week. So I'm going to be patient, I'm going to be excited. As long as it's going down, that's the name of the game. So let's see, I wrote some stuff down. I guess the thing I want to talk about first is I've really been hitting the workouts hard, and what I'm surprised at is that certain things have been difficult for me because of the fat and skin jiggling. I don't recall, listen, in boxing I know I had issues with the jogging and the jumping jacks the worst, holding the chest down. But I want to pick up the pace and start jogging and running, and it's sore. And when I jump rope, it's also, my port bothers me for some reason. I was watching Wendy's video, as I always do, Bandit Wendy, and she was saying she's noticing her port more. I think I've noticed my port every day since I had the surgery. I constantly touch it, constantly. It is still a little sore. Maybe that's because my 4-year-old kneed me in the port about 2 weeks ago, but I feel like I have to start wearing compression garments or like a Spanx to work out. I never wear them under my clothes because I guess I just don't put all that much attention into my appearance, but I needed to work out so things aren't jiggling and going up and down. So that's a little frustrating, and hopefully I'll find a happy medium as to where I can find the right garments to strap everything in so I can get the workouts. The workouts will become easier to do because everything's not shaking and jiggling. A non-scale victory would be I took my measurements prior to, and I just took my measurements last week. Oddly enough, it's saying that I lost 5 inches in my waist. I find that hard to believe. I know my clothes fit me better, but I'm really excited about that if that's true. That's the first place I'd like to lose it, only because for health purposes, the more weight you have in the midsection, the more dangerous it is for your health. Heart attack, stroke, all that jazz. So I'm happy about that. I didn't seem to lose much in the other areas, but then again, I wasn't able to check it because even though I took all my measurements, the MyFitnessPal.com only measures certain areas. And at work, the waist and the neck was the only one that I could check. I'm hoping to lose in the chest. I really like to lose in the chest first, but usually it's the last. So, que sera, sera. Okay. I went back and I reviewed my old videos for the first time, which was very interesting. It's funny, I said I started this journey recording for myself and I hadn't gone back yet. And it was a good thing to do, and I think I'm going to do it more often. And I think I'm going to start speaking to the camera to remind myself things, that I know that I am a strong, determined individual. I know that I am human and I make errors, but I'm going to do this, and it's not going to happen overnight, and I'm going to stumble and fall, and I'm going to be frustrated as I have been in the past, but I just need to keep going. Quitting is never an option. That's always been my motto. So quitting is definitely not an option. The goal is for the scale to go down. I will get healthy. It just may take a little time. But I can do this, and I have to keep reminding myself, I can do this. And there is a lot of work to be done within my own psyche. I talked my last video about self-realizations. Holy merde. I have some serious issues around food. Now, I knew that I had them, but I've never addressed them as deeply as I've been looking at them. I've never really delved into the pain. I mean, hey, we all know, having weight put on keeps unwarranted attention away. In the beginning, I would say that was part of it, but there's so much more to it. Taking a look at my triggers, just acknowledging what the triggers are is very telling for me. Again, I don't want this turning into a therapy session, but work to be done on my own. I find watching the other YouTube videos extremely helpful. And I still reflect on the things that I've learned, like Sin Through Thick and Thin saying, make today count. And when I find myself saying, I'm too tired, I really don't want to work out today, I question myself, what have you done to make today count? Don't sit there and bitch and moan about how you want to lose weight and you want to get into shape and you want to be healthy if I'm not willing to do the work. So I have to look in the mirror several times a day. What am I willing to do to make today count? And it doesn't always mean that it's a workout or something physical. I mean, it's just as important to address the mental and emotional issues. And do I have an uphill battle ahead of me when it comes to that? But the other thing I've talked about that I noticed is I talked about making a list of what motivates me. Believe it or not, it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. It's something that I really still need to look into. But the things that I have so far is I want to be able to look in the mirror and feel like I look pretty. That motivates me. I've been able to feel that recently. And I also can remember very distinctively what it feels like to get dressed up and not feel pretty. No matter what I put on, just didn't feel pretty. I want to be able to feel fit, like I can tackle any task and achieve the goal that I set. If my kids want to go play soccer and we want to play for an hour or two, I want to be able to say, all right, let's go. Let's go. Now, granted, my schedule is always a problem along with it, but physically, I want to be able to look at something and say, well, I could do that. I don't want to have to go someplace and say, well, I'm over the weight requirement. I can't go do that. I want to be around to watch my children grow up and be there for them as a role model to help guide them. I mean, let's face it, I've talked about my health issues. I got a ton of them. I mean, my medical resume is that of an 80-year-old, you would think. The surgical resume as well. I mean, it's really ridiculous and frustrating for someone as active as myself, but again, quitting is not an option. I am going to try and take control and work as hard as I can with the things that are in my control. And I also need to acknowledge there are things out of my control and try and let go of that. Another thing that motivates me is fitting into a smaller size. I'm wearing 18s right now. My other pants are just too big. They're sagging on me, which is great, but still a lot of work to do, so not really worried about the clothes too much. Still leaning towards, can't wait to lose a couple more sizes and then I'll think about maybe getting more comfortable clothes. And the last thing that I wrote that motivates me is others motivate me by their positive reinforcement. YouTube people, friends, support group, therapists, videos, etc. I mean, I know I've said it in past videos and you all that have watched her. Bandit Wendy is just one bundle of energy that is a huge inspiration. I don't compare myself to her, but I admire her. Definitely someone to emulate, and man, she does put a fire under my butt and make me want to go and work for myself, because she just seems so happy. And as I've talked about, I'm not so happy in my life, and that's not just about my weight, that I know, but the weight, being healthy would definitely help situations. And the self-esteem, although I feel like I have a pretty healthy one, especially for my size, being more confident and secure within myself will help me see things differently, take a different perspective, and maybe change more things in my life. So, Thanks for listening, guys. Subscribe, thumbs up, tell your friends, and I look forward to hearing from you all. Have a great day. Bye.